What's up, everybody? We have an exciting Comically Boston for you today, episode 120. Ooh, I am so hyped. It was another exciting week. The Celtics played a bunch last week. They had a 5-game homestand, and they won every single one of them, still remaining undefeated at home. I love this Celtics team this year, especially with this big three, Porzingis, Tatum, and Brown. They're doing their damn thing. We're not undefeated on the season. I believe we're like 18-5 or 19-5 or 4 or something like that. But 5 straight home games, that's hard to do. Especially when you do back-to-back teams. We faced the Cavs twice. We faced the Magic twice. Back-to-back. Not back-to-back necessarily, back-to-back nights, but like, with a day rest in between. But when you're playing the same team and you just played them recently, it's hard to throw them a different look. I mean, the Celtics were able to do it because we played one night small ball and no Porzingis, no Al Horford, no Luke Cornett on the floor. And then the night came back, and we had all our starters back. We had Porzingis back. We had Horford back. Luke Cornett's still out with an injury. Would like to see him come back. Luke's one of those energy players off the bench. We need that. But overall, the Celtics beat the Magic last night, 114-97. JT had a pretty great game, but who had a better game was Mr. Jaylen Brown. He dropped 31, 5, 6, 5 made three-pointers and a block. Oof, we're improved to 20-5 now, and I believe we next play Tuesday or Wednesday versus the Warriors, and we just had that homestand, and now we face the Warriors, the Kings, the Clippers, and the Lakers on Christmas Day. So we're like on a big road stand now, all for like the week of Christmas, which kind of sucks. But that makes sense why last night they were saying Merry Christmas to all the Boston fans, because we're not going to be around for Christmas, which sucks. But maybe we'll be home for like New Year's Eve or something heading into 2024. Wow, can't believe we're already that close. And when we're super close to Christmas, I hope you guys have done your Christmas shopping over the weekend. I just did all of my Christmas shopping, got it all done, except for Barnaby, my best friend Barnard. And so I got one person left, and that should be really easy. I already know what I'm getting him. He already knows what he's getting me. And so we just have to do that one time this week. And then I have a backup gift for somebody, but I might have one other gift to get too. But overall, it feels good to get all that done, get them wrapped, get them bagged up, do whatever you're going to do for your wrapping of the presents and get your labels made so you know who's going for what. But it feels good to shop for other people. I much would rather give presents than receive them. I don't know if that's just me, but comment below. Are you a giver or are you a receiver? Moving on. Jaylen Brown, though, shout out to him. Last thing for the sports real quick. Jaylen Brown has now made 938 career three-pointers as a Celtic. That is third most all-time three-pointers for a Celtic. So third most. Who would be above him? Maybe Paul Pierce, definitely Ray Allen? Or is it like a Bob Cousy Bird? Or is it like a Havlicek Bird? Or is it like Marcus Smart Bird? But shout out JB. He's been around for a long time. People don't realize that he was drafted this team years ago with a flat top, and now he's out there looking ripped. Like the way Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have been playing this season, they've just been going to the bucket strong. Like they just, just getting that layup up, getting it, hitting the contact, throwing it up, or just dunking right through the contact. Jaylen Brown has had so many posters this season that have been so ferocious and badass that I love so much. But shout out JB. And can't wait to see the Celtics this week. I'm so happy we get to face the Warriors without Draymond Green. Ugh, I hate him so much. He's just so annoying. His face, his big-ass mouth, his teeth are just phosphorescent white. Like they're not supposed to be that white. Like your teeth should be a little bit yellow. His are just ginormous and bright white. It looks like a billboard. But recently I've been watching shows like The Bookie on HBO Max with starring Sebastian Maniscalco. That show's pretty funny. Nothing crazy to write home about, but just a funny little comedy. If you're into gangster stuff and you haven't found the right shows to watch, let me tell you right now, some gangster shows that are amazing to watch. Narcos, the story about Pablo Escobar, unbelievable. But more importantly, this series of shows. The first one was Power on Stars. It's got like 5 or 6 seasons, maybe 7 seasons. Unbelievable show. I can't recommend it enough. But that was like years ago, up to like just a couple years ago. And then there's new shows coming out. So now there's Power Book 2 Ghost, there's Power Book 3 Raising Kanan, which is currently on its 3rd season right now. Episode 3 just came out over the weekend, or episode 2 or whatever it was. But Raising Kanan is a badass show. Raquel Thomas, ooh, she, like, Kanan's mom's a badass, his uncle's, yeah, like it's showing like a prequel to Power. So if you want to watch Power, then you want to watch Book 3. That's like the order it came out, because it went Power, Book 3, prequel, right? Showing you Kanan's character, which was 50 Cent's character in Power, and showing him as like a young man and how he became that character we saw in Power. And then Power Book 2 Ghost is directly after, right? So following the events of the season finale of Power, directly after is Power Book 2 Ghost, following his son Tariq. Awesome show. It's like college, more modern of that show. Unbelievable. Really love it. And then there's Power Book 4 that just finished their 2nd season and got greenlit for their 3rd season. Power Book 4 Force calls for the secondary character in Power, his right-hand man, Tommy. He's now Tommy Egan in Chicago, and he went from New York to Chicago, and now he's trying to take over Chicago's drug business, and that show's badass. Joseph Sikora plays Tommy Egan, so badass. I love that show. Me and my buddy Kevin over at Boston Volvo, every week we talk about Power, and he's obsessed, I'm obsessed. It's one of the best shows on television. If you're into Power, comment below. I would love to talk about it. But other than that, I've been watching Monarch, Legacy of the Monsters. That's really good. But some news that came out this week that was awesome, and I can't wait to talk about. News from last week, George Clooney was talking about his new movie that's coming out in some press conferences, and was asked about Ocean's movies, the Ocean 11, 12, 13 movies. Then they remade it with an Ocean's 8 movie with Sandra Bullock. Rihanna was in it. She looked dope in that movie. But I always loved the original Ocean's movies. Ocean 8 was pretty good with all the women, but with the 3 men of George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, I absolutely loved those movies. And if they want to come back and do another robbery movie in Ocean's 14, I would love that. I don't know about you guys, but that looks awesome. A new poster for Furiosa came out. That looks pretty great. And Anya Taylor-Joy, Chris Hemsworth, that's coming out May 2024. Can't wait for that. Sorry if you're hearing the wind. It's a rainy, windy day here in Massachusetts. It's god-awful. And I'm glad I'm inside making some videos. But also coming out soon, a trailer got released for Beverly Hills Cops 4, I believe, with following Eddie Murphy's character again, Axel Foley. And he, like, is so ageless. He actually just looks like the character from back in the 80s or 90s or whenever he filmed those movies. But he was really young back in those days. And they got the same outfit on him. I don't know if these guys are grown up from those movies or just different characters. But the guy on the right here is from the Santa Claus movie. It's an Oscar Mayer weenie whistle. I gotta watch that movie soon. Stay tuned. We got some more Christmas stuff coming up this week. Some holiday festive stuff. But also, I saw Kevin Bacon in this trailer talking to Eddie Murphy. So Kevin Bacon, stud, man. I just watched Leave the World Behind on Netflix recently. Can't recommend that movie enough. But Kevin Bacon's character in that, he has a small role in that, and he kills it. And, you know, Kevin Bacon, love to see him returning to some roles, because he's just a badass man. Like, let's be real. There was a new poster for Madam Web, which looks perfect. It's like a 2000s poster, you know, with the web shattering and the little cuts of the people all around. Sydney Sweeney's gorgeous ass is who I'm looking forward to seeing the most in this movie, in that black and white spider costume. But I'm also, like, kind of curious on who the hell Ezekiel Sims is. I don't know too much about him from the comics or anything, but, you know, as far as Madam Web goes, I don't know if I love Dakota Johnson. And they're like doing like a young version of Cassandra Webb, where my version is like this old woman that was voiced by Stan Lee's wife in an animated show, and she's like blind and sitting in a chair. But, like, you know, it is what it is. You want to switch up the character, do a more modern thing, whatever. It comes out Valentine's Day 2024. Can't wait for that. Or I can wait, but, like, you know, I'm excited for it. a new poster from Empire got released for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. This movie is apparently set 100 years after the last movie. The main character, this guy we saw here in the first trailer holding the eagle, he doesn't know who Caesar is. Apparently we're going to be talking about Caesar, but it's going to be pretty much not connected at all, and it's going to be 100 years in the future, and it's going to be this new Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and that's going to be the new story. But this guy, like this king ape, looks ferocious, and he was the one who was in the trailer going, "What a beautiful day," you know, and I'm excited for it. But what I'm really excited for, I've been replaying video games recently. I've been replaying the story for GTA 5, and I've really been enjoying it after seeing that trailer for GTA 6, and you know, going back playing as Trevor and Franklin and Michael and playing as those three characters. It's just been fun. But now I'm like trying to finish it because I started doing that because I had nothing really to play, and then Santa Monica Studios dropped they dropped a free DLC for God of War Ragnarok, and it's called God of War Ragnarok Valhalla, and it's following now Kratos' character and what happened to him after Ragnarok, because Ragnarok was really mostly about Atreus' character. In the first God of War game was kind of more about, you were playing as Kratos, but you were finding out about Atreus, and now in the second game Atreus got older, and now the rumor is that Atreus is getting his own game. But like, if he got his own game, what about what happens to Kratos? We're all interested in that too. He's the God of War. We're not necessarily interested in playing as not God of War Atreus. You know, he's more like Loki. He's the trickster. We want the God of War, you know. But either way, you know, apparently it's paying homage to the old games and this old throne that, like, this is, what, early 2000s maybe? I have no idea. I never played the original God of War games. But, you know, the character's so badass looking. And then now he's this older man, Christopher Judge, sitting on this fucking throne with Mir's head right there. Like, oof. He's just such a badass. Every time you see Kratos, you're like, damn, that is a formidable foe. He's got the shield. He's got the blades of chaos, he's got a spear, he's got the axe, he's just so badass. Tyr, the other God of War in this other realm, because he was the God of War in like Egypt, and like he was fighting Zeus and stuff in the early games. Then we came over here and did Norse mythology, so he was fighting Odin, Thor, their God of War, Tyr, Tyr, I believe is how that's spelled. But yeah, I can't wait to play this. The images I've seen coming out, I'm just like, dude, I can't wait to experience it for myself. But God of War Kratos, baby, with the red friggin'... If I ever go bald, expect me to be dressing up as Kratos for Halloween. I might need to get ripped and jacked and chiseled to do that, but it would be worth it. But coming in 2024, the other day, we got some more news and information on what will be coming in 2024. We know Echo is coming January 10th, now moved to January 9th, 6 p.m. Eastern Time release, which is nice, and it will be dropped all at once, which is, you know, all 5 episodes. I thought there was going to be 6, so 5 episodes all at once, January 6th. We're going to be doing a trailer reaction that comes out tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. I'm super hyped for that trailer. It's so good. And talking more about Echo will be fun. But for animation coming up, we have Spider-Man freshman year has his name changed to the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. And here's some images from that. It's like a animated comic book style, but we're going to get like the original OG suit that like Tom Holland was wearing at the very, very beginning. I believe this is still about Tom Holland's Spider-Man and like his origin story, but it does seem to be maybe different. I don't know, because I've never seen this black dude with braids in Tom Holland's version, so I don't know. I don't know where he's going to end up in this universe, but I'm curious to see it. We've been hearing about that Spider-Man freshman year for like 3 years now, but animation takes so long that they're just now coming out. And like even What If Season 2 is coming out this like holiday season and like later this week. And What If Season 2 was started like animation and finished writing like pre-COVID, right? And it's just coming out now. They've already almost finished the script in the episodes for Season 3, and they're just like, you know, working on the animation now. So like, you know, it just goes to show how long it takes for animation. But we did get a teaser. We thought we were going to be getting like a Midnight Angels Okoye show where she was in that blue suit that we saw in Wakanda Forever, which we still might, but it might have turned into an animated show called Eyes of Wakanda, which we only have 2 little images released of this, like maybe King T'Chaka Black Panther, you know, or, you know, this one here, which is, I believe, from What If King T'Chaka. But I am super hyped for the animated shows. What If Season 2, I'm super hyped for. They released another little teaser trailer the other day. I won't do a reaction to that one, but let's go over the days they're coming out and the episode titles real quick. The 22nd is when the first episode drops. What If Nebula joined the Nova Corps? Episode 2 drops the 23rd. What If Peter Quill attacked Earth's mightiest heroes? Episode 3, coming out Christmas Eve, is What If Happy Hogan Saved Christmas? That's apparently going to be like a Die Hard style of episode, which is going to be fun. And then Christmas Day, we get Episode 4, What If Iron Man crashed into the Grandmaster? The 26th, we get What If Captain Carter fought the Hydra Stomper? The 27th, we get What If Kahori reshaped the world? Interested in that one. The 28th, we get Episode 7, What If Hela found the 10 rings? I am so interested in that one. Having Hela, Cate Blanchett Black, maybe seeing Shang-Chi. We're maybe not going to see Shang-Chi. Maybe we'll see Wen-Wu, like a young Wen-Wu fighting Hela, and then he loses and Hela gets the 10 rings, and that's no bueno. Then Hela fights Odin with the 10 rings. I have no idea, but that sounds interesting. And then Episode 8, coming out the 29th, What If the Avengers assembled in 1602? That seems crazy interesting as well. 1602, going back that far, and if the Avengers assembled then, what's that like? And then the final episode, Episode 9, coming out the 30th, which I believe we have 31 days in December, but either way, we're finishing out this 2023 super strong with What If Season 2, coming out December 30th, Episode 9, What If Strange Supreme intervened? My most anticipated episode because of Doctor Strange Supreme, which was my favorite character from Season 1 of What If, so I'm glad that the finale of Season 2, he's coming back, and I'm excited that they already have plans for Season 3, but I am so excited that Marvel has yet again done a holiday-themed episode or something, and they're doing it during the holidays. They do the holiday specials really well, and I want to see more of them. But images from the season, we see in some quick images, we got bearded Cap with the shields from like Infinity War and Endgame. We see Tony Stark in like this Hulkbuster cart thing, which is going to be on Sakaar. We see Bucky. We see Nebula with Yondu's fin. We see a Thor, bearded up Thor with a Santa hat. We see who is that? Howard the Duck. We see Cohorty. We see a bearded up, long-haired Hulk. Interesting. We see the Watcher in his little realm universe with the shattered glass, and you see Thanos' face on a piece of that glass, and then you see the tree. And this is super interesting to me because I don't know if this is real or not, but it's like Loki's tree that we just saw in Season 2 of Loki, just finished a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, whenever that was, and now it's Uatu the Watcher, and it looks like maybe Captain Carter standing there looking at this tree, but now it's decorated with Christmas lights. I don't know if that's in the show or if that's just a teaser shot for the trailer, but if they somehow tie in this What If Season 2, which would have been, like I was saying earlier, would have been made years ago, in Loki Season 2 just came out, and they somehow tied Loki Season 2 into What If Season 2, the next project that came out for them. That is the Marvel I know. That is the Marvel I like. I like when it's all tied together, and if that's what they're doing, I'm super hyped for it. But let's be real. I've rewatched and watched a ton of things this year, and what was my favorite thing to rewatch? Probably WandaVision, if I'm being honest. I hadn't watched it since the original time it came out, and I've never watched it all the way through together, and I just loved that it went from the 50s to the 60s to the later 60s in color, then it went to the 70s, and then she's like in the 70s in a different color, and then she went to the 80s, the 90s, 2000s, and then she was up to the modern era, and with the White Vision and the Scarlet Witch. Oof, it's just so great. Like, just these images too. Whoever made this, shout out to you. That's just Wanda and Vision. I would love to see them back ASAP, really. But stay tuned for the next video. We got one more Comically Boston coming out Christmas Day, so stay tuned for that. What will it be? Who knows? But if I don't hear from you guys or see you guys in the rest of 2023, Merry Christmas, and I'm very thankful and happy to anyone that has watched my videos this year and that has subscribed. Thank you so much, and I love every single one of you. Please comment below, message me on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, search BIGGCIM anywhere, and you'll find me. Threads, find me on Letterboxd for more movie reviews coming to the channel soon. We got some more holiday stuff coming to the channel soon, so stay tuned for that. And please subscribe if you're new, like that, smash that like button. Send me an email, any questions or thoughts that you have that can make the Comically Boston podcast better for the 2024 year. I might try and actually get a webcam, a mic, and get the full podcast set up in the next year, so stay tuned for that. But if you have any ideas or things that you want to comment or talk about with me, comicallyboston@gmail.com. Send me some emails, send me some thoughts, send me some well wishes, tell me what you guys are doing for the holidays, tell me your favorite holiday tradition. I would love to hear it down in the comment section below, or email me in the subject title, put Comically Boston or Big Cam or whatever, and I'll get back to you guys and maybe do a Q&A sometime on here in 2024, maybe end 2023 with a Q&A, who knows. If you guys got questions, hit me in the comment section below, but if not, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.